Everybody, I'm Susan Cole. I'm the chair. My co-chairs are Francis Curtis, who I don't think is here yet, and Mark Amoruso, who is here by phone. So, going by our agenda today, and if we can get the applications put on the board, let's start with, we're going to start with Tribeca and 87 Walker Street.
Hi, Susan. This is Phil Dorn with Pizetsky and Bookman.
Oh, hello, Phil. I saw Max, but I didn't see you. Okay.
Yeah, well, Max is here as well. And while we're speaking about Max, I just want to bring up to you that we are on for another application this evening that Max will be handling. And he told me if I don't request that application be heard right after mine, then he will change the locks on me in the office and I will not be allowed back. So I really kindly ask you from the bottom of my heart, if there's any way, this application, Max's is Hyde Lounge. It was the very last application last month. So I ask that maybe we could be heard after this one, 87 Walker. But I'll leave that to you and let me know when you're ready for me to begin.
Why don't we start and you can tell Max so he doesn't get agitated. I'll take you next.
Well, Max, if you're listening, you're on.
All right, so let's go to you at 87 Walker and put the application up. I have some notes.
Before we begin with the notes, I just want to make sure that my client is with me. Yuji Fukushima, if you're not in this meeting, please raise your hand and you'll get promoted. And if you are here, say hello.
They're a panelist already currently, so they should be able to unmute.
Great. Yuji, can you hear me? And if so, can you unmute yourself and say hello?
I see the hand raised in the panelists.
Yes, I see his hand raised as well. Yuji, you should be able to unmute yourself.
Here, I'll just unmute him. Give me a second.
Thank you.
Wait, Yuji, could you raise your hand? I'm sorry. I see Debbie. Oh. Sorry, I'm looking for Yuji. Okay, here we go. Thank you very much, Yuji, for raising your hand. You are unmuted right now.
Yuji, are you able to speak up? We need to do Max's application while we figure out these things.
Or just go ahead. Why don't you go ahead? Yuji can
Just go ahead. Don't but don't waste time.
Sure. All right. Thank you. As I just said, my name is Phil Dorn. I'm an attorney with Pizetsky and Bookman. With me on mute is Yuji Fukushima, as well as Takahiro Okada. Yuji is the owner and Takahiro is the soon-to-be operator of the establishment at 87 Walker Street. The two of them are looking to open an elegant, sophisticated Japanese cocktail bar with a bit of a soft jazz vibe as an ode to Japanese culture. Japan is often considered one of the jazz capitals of the world, and the two of them are looking to bring a little bit of that to Tribeca. With that said, it will be background recorded music only, no live jazz, no live other bands, no DJs, just soft background jazz music. The space they will be moving into is 87 Walker Street, which is a previously licensed space on Walker between Lafayette and Cortlandt Alley. There will be no outdoor space whatsoever. Yuji and Takahiro are requesting 2 a.m. 7 nights a week. Takahiro is an experienced operator, having owned sake bar Shigure, actually in this community on Church and White Streets. Takahiro has an extensive background in high-end, sophisticated Japanese food and beverage establishments in New York, and he's excited to bring that experience back to this community where he really launched his career. The two of them are excited to get this project off the ground. They're looking forward to rejoining the neighborhood. With that, I will leave it all to you folks.
Well, let's go through it. It's got a dining area of 71, so there are about 89 spaces for people. There's, I saw the no live music. Let's go to the hours, all right? You're not going to get 2 a.m. On Sunday. And you're not going to get 1 a.m. on Sunday. We have the committee and I have talked about this a lot. The latest I'll give you on Sunday, we'll give you on Sunday is 11. It's just too late, too much for bars. It's too much noise. The community needs some space after Friday and Saturday. So it's just not possible on Sunday.
Understood.
I would like the rest of the committee to come in for the rest of the week till 2 a.m. I'm willing to give you 2 a.m. On Friday and Saturday, but I would like to hear from my members what they think from on the weekdays. Anybody?
So it's Darren.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. What this was this? I guess for the attorneys here, was this the old space that was this 87 on Walker prior? Okay. All right. I guess okay. Thank you for the clarification. Sue, I think
Susan, go on.
yeah, Susan, I think we can I think we can go with what we normally do here. I am curious though what we had given. I know it was pre-pandemic. What the hours were for 87 on Walker.
What were they, Phil?
I don't know if we have that information.
I have that information. It was 12 and 1.
That's what I thought.
12 during
Okay.
the week, 1 on weekends.
All right.
We're asking for a slight step above that.
Yeah, it's more than a step that we're going to give, Phil.
So I think we stick with the 2 a.m. on the Friday and Saturday, the 2 weekends days, and then earlier in the week. That's our standard.
I missed the end of that comment. You said
Standard, a standard, Susan, what we have.
You had till 12 a.m. On the weekdays from, let's say Monday to Thursday. I'm willing to give you till 12 a.m. and you can come back and, but let's see how you do on Friday and Saturday. Unless the committee objects, I'm willing to give you till 2 a.m. So
we can
Don't
agree to
complain.
that. We can certainly agree to that.
all right, you got midnight, Sunday 11. I'd like 10, but 11 is all right. Anybody on the committee, Miriam, anybody want to chime in?
That works for me.
Okay. So that's our proposal. And you will have to sign the stipulations. You know about our music. If it's heard outside, it is not.
It's not background music only.
That's correct. And anything else? Anybody, anything else, Phil, you have?
That's all I have.
Yeah, I think that's what I have too. Could I have an approval,
One question.
okay, a second? Darren, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, so any, we do it this way, James. Any recusals? Any noes? I guess the ayes have it.
All right. Thank you all very much.
All right, Max, you're up.
Thank you. Phil can come to work tomorrow. This is 24 John Street. Do you need a minute to get it on the screen, James?
Perfect. Thank you, Max. Open it up right now. Here we go.
Okay. Susan, you ready for me to proceed?
Yes, I am, Max.
All right. Thank you very much. You weren't here last month, Susan. It's nice to see you again and the rest of CB1. My name is Max Bookman. For those who don't know me, my law firm is Pazetsky and Bookman. Last month, with me, of course, are the owners of Hyde Lounge at the Artisan Hotel, as well as Dirk McCall, who did the community outreach. For those who were here last month, we were here to let everybody know as part of our community outreach effort that we'd be coming in June for a liquor license application for the Artisan Hotel and the Hyde Lounge, and that's what we're here for. So if there's a little bit of background, I'd like to take a minute to go through. So this is at 24 John Street. It's a boutique hotel that had been under development going back over a decade. It's not one of these lifestyle hotels with all sorts of food and beverage areas. There's no restaurant. They came to you in 2017 for an approval for the top 2 floors of their hotel to be a hotel bar and lounge, completely enclosed bar and lounge. And you approved them then. They never filed their liquor license application. They opened without a liquor license in 2019. They had to close and then open for the pandemic. When they reopened during the pandemic, there were some problems which were publicized, which this community board knows well. And when they came back to you for a liquor license, after those problems happened, you denied them. They came back a few times and you denied them a bunch of times. The most recent was September of 2021. After that happened, they took a step back. They realized whatever they were doing wasn't working. They brought my firm in. They brought Dirk in. They brought in a new team. And what it seemed to me had happened is that, they basically got off on a bad foot with you. And so what they've been doing since September is working behind the scenes to come up with a new, better proposal that is more in line with what this community expects and what your guidelines are. They've also raised their rates at their hotel. They have excellent reviews on TripAdvisor, which they're really proud of. So I just want to tell you what their community outreach has been and what our proposed method of operation is. What Dirk has been doing for the past few months is significant. He's been meeting with the police, and the police have said that there's been no incidents to speak of. He's been meeting with anyone who's been willing to speak to him via email or otherwise who lives in the neighborhood. They've held 2 community meetings at the hotel. One was a few weeks ago and one was last night. There were flyers all over at every building announcing it. We've conducted a traffic study, which we've added to our package, and we've agreed to follow its recommendations. On the method of operation, what we're proposing, and we tried to do a little summary for you of what the proposal is. This is not a hotel liquor license, so they're not looking to have alcohol flowing all throughout the hotel. There's no room service, there's no mini bars, there's no restaurant. This is a regular tavern liquor license for the top 2 floors of the hotel, a regular OP license. There's 0 outdoor space. There was some misconceptions about that. There's 0 outdoor space. It's a 100-person occupancy. 12 a.m. closing on weeknights, 1 a.m. closing on weekends. That's your guidelines. Recorded background music under your definition of recorded music, which is it can't be heard outside of the premises. That's, of course, important for them because the bar is on the 20th floor. They have hotel rooms on the 19th floor. No promoted events, no ticketed events, clearly not a destination hotel. So this is all completely in line with your stipulations. I'm going to pause now and take a breath. The team is here. We're happy to answer any questions that anyone has, but we really hope that this is a better proposal than what you've previously reviewed.
All right, I have a bunch of questions before I go. I'm going to call on some people. I'm going to start with Mariama. Go, Mariama.
Hi, Susan, thank you. So despite my previous huge objections to this, living just like 3 blocks away, I am here. I'm prepared to speak tonight to support this application. So the other night, I actually walked over to the establishment. I passed Francis on Fulton Street on my way there. We both saw signs posted in the area advising that there was a community meeting. I believe it was Monday night. you know, it's been a long week already. Even though it's only Wednesday. So I did see the signs with my own eyes, as did Francis. I got to the establishment. There was somebody at the door, watching the door, monitoring, who let me in. And then there were two gentlemen at a desk, and then somebody brought me to an elevator. You know, so at no time was I just like wandering around. I went up to the 20th floor, I believe it was, and saw the first part of the space. I can attest to the fact that, you know, Max is correct. There was no outdoor rooftop as previously described. It's a nice area. It's not even that big though. You know, like we were told it was going to be like a club-like thing. It was not. I went upstairs to the next level, has a bar, does not have a kitchen on either floor. Just a bar and, you know, a little floor space and some lounge chairs on both floors. So I didn't see any reason not to support it. So Dirk was there.
Can you hear me?
And, I'm sorry?
Can you hear me?
I don't know who's speaking.
Please don't interrupt. If you interrupt, I will put you back into the attendees.
If you raise your hand, I will call on you. Go on, Mariama.
So I was saying also Dirk was there, and in full disclosure, so Dirk worked for Alan Gerson, our former councilman, when he was here. And Alan is who, in his last year as councilman, is who appointed me to the community board. So I know Dirk for a long time too. So that also, you know, meant something to me. I trust him. But yeah, I looked around, I saw it with my own eyes, and there was nothing to
Okay.
not support. In addition to that, Pat and I have Officer Brian Nelson come to the beginning of our meeting every month
Yeah.
to talk about what's going on in the community. He's from the 1st Precinct, and he also said that they've had no problems. So I don't really see anything that we can hold against them at this point.
Okay. I want to call on Francis next, but I have a question, Max. Is there any food going to be served? Any snacks? Any light food?
Yes, Susan. It's not a restaurant, and we've been upfront about that, but it is a bar, and it has a bar menu. It's included in our package, and there's a food preparation space where the bar food will be kept and served.
All right. Okay. Francis, go right ahead, please.
Hi, I support everything that Mariama said, but I have a question. Did anybody from the community show up here tonight? Or do you know that yet?
I don't know. So I
Okay,
had some
because
people.
I was a little confused with the signage because I didn't know that it was the Artisan Hotel, you know, because it just had the number of the building, and I was a little confused about that. But other than that, that's the only comment that I had to make.
I'm going to speak last, but I want to know from James, are there any community people here?
If there are, please do speak up now. I know that we had a decent amount of people email in opposition. However, I asked people to come to the meeting. So if there is anyone, please speak up.
Yes, we have all hands raised.
All right. John is a community from the community, so I'm going to call on you first, John.
Okay.
Okay, and everybody try to keep it, you know, under at least 2 minutes, no more than 3. So, okay.
I won't be long at all.
Okay.
So I live at 71 Nassau. We're right across the street. And I have no problem with I think it's a great idea. It's a nice thing to have in the neighborhood. We'd probably go and visit every once in a while. I visited last night. Everything, as has been said, is exactly as it's being presented, and I think it's a great thing. And I think we have quite a bit of negative. Our board is publicized quite a few negative things about it, and I've emailed them and I said, you don't represent a lot of us in the building. So I don't know if anyone else is there from the building, but I know myself and many other people are very happy to see you come. So we think it's great.
All right. I'm going to call on Pat, and then I need anybody else from the community to let me know.
David Coleman from 65 Nassau here.
Okay.
And Rais Hassan from 71.
I just wanted to say, again, as Mariama, I know Dirk, so I said that last time. And I asked last time if any of the residents who live in closest proximity to the hotel, had been invited. So as long as some residents went to the Monday night gathering and are here and can speak, at this point, I'm in full support.
Okay. Debbie, are you from the community? You can unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm
Yes,
from
ma'am.
the community.
Would you speak up, please?
I will speak up. I think I'm actually quite shocked at the support. I live on a low floor on John Street. I lived through all of the dark times that the owners of this hotel, not only unresponsive, but actually aggressive towards us, pleading for them to correct the situation, to run an establishment that did not put our homes and our families in danger. It's shocking to me that at this point, walking through an empty space without club goers, a few chairs, a bar, no food being served as though that's like a positive. These people have proven themselves to be unworthy and unresponsible neighbors. They don't care anything about John Street. They don't care about Financial District. They don't care about the people who live here. That has been shown to us. I'm in full supports of restaurants and bars. I eat and drink in my neighborhood every week. I want more facilities and more wonderful things in our neighborhood, but these people are not going to provide that. This is a dark, dark moment if we give this owner who has proven himself over and over again to be not only unresponsive, but literally tucked away in his suburb, wherever it is he lives, and thinks we're all crazy for living here. But the only reason we're crazy is because of owners like him. And we need to protect ourselves.
Okay, Debbie, thank you. Ben, did you want to speak? You're from the community or not? Okay.
Roy Sasson.
Okay, Mr. Sasson, please do.
Thank you, Susan. Roy Sasson, I actually used to live at 65 Nassau, and I now live at 71 Nassau. So I've lived at both buildings since 2002. And as been pointed out before, this is the third time we're appearing in front of this committee to persuade them to reject the license, even though it's been rejected twice before and with good reason. Just to keep it brief, I won't repeat, but the illegal gang activity, the drug dealing, the literally shootouts that took place at this hotel have been described. I guess everybody's heard those stories. I won't repeat them. And entrusting the same hotel with the liquor license is just reckless endangerment of the community. Yeah, COVID was tough for everyone, but there was only one establishment that, in order to maintain some business going, turned a blind eye to criminal activity with complete disregard, like Debbie said, to public safety. The economy's improved a little since. So yeah, there's been no gang shootouts recently, but there is no reason to believe that when, the next recession comes along, and it's bound to happen at some point, they won't employ the same unscrupulous business tactics. And when they have a liquor license, the repercussions to the community will be worse. Now, reasons to deny it. The Liquor Association, the SLA, has the 500-foot rule, which says that there should not be more than 3 establishments with active liquor licenses unless there is good, solid public benefit an additional establishment. We already have 6, twice the number already active. I can rattle them off, but you could find that on the SLA site. There's 2 pending. So we are way over the top already. So there has to be strong public interest in having this establishment going. And I can't think of any public interest, like I said, only public risk. We have nothing to gain from another establishment having a liquor license within 500 feet, and we have a lot to lose in this case. So I'm here to again urge the committee once and for all to tell these people that they are outside of the 500-foot rule. There is only risk to the community, no obvious benefit, and just to reject it outright once and for all and not make us come back this is literally the third time in just over a year. Thank you.
All right.
Hi, Susan.
Yes.
Hi, thank you so much. I really appreciate being included and being able to offer my voice of opinion. I also live over at 71 Nassau. My name's Dimitri Siegel, and I'm sort of like 50 feet away, across the way, and so many times when there's been parties in the room or whatnot, it's just so loud. It would really. So I'm really hoping that it does not get approved. But I'm conscientious. I understand, like, there's other, I support, like I think someone else said, restaurants in the community and things like that. But the danger that's been, my wife got from that corner chased, when there was the scaffolding up, and kind of avoid that side of the street. So I'm fully against it. I think it's dangerous, and make no mistake about it, it's more of a nightclub. If the board were to take a look at it up close, that's just my opinion, but I defer, and thank you very much for everyone listening.
Thank you, Dimitri. Roy, take your hand down once you've, so I know it's down. James Wang.
Yes, yeah, I'm not for this application. We are the High Tide Inc. I just let you know I'm here.
Oh, okay, fine. Take your hand down. Thank you very much.
Hello. Can I say something, please?
Who?
Yes, this is Bill. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is Bill Ward. I've been trying to call in. I've had some trouble with some technology.
Okay.
I live in the immediate neighborhood next door to the proposed club. I've been in the neighborhood for 25 years, and I have strong opposition for this petition. The applicant has.
Are you there, Bill?
I think we lost him.
You'll have to call back in, I guess.
Susan, you'll let me respond at the right time, right?
I will, Max. Mr. Valenzuela, are you?
I am a resident at 71 Nassau across the street.
Thank you.
So just to provide an additional angle on the opposition here, there is no place to park for folks to drop people off in front of the Artisan Hotel. That just causes honking and street traffic all day long, and they send it into
Hello.
Yeah. Whoever is on, you must mute yourself. Okay, go on, sir.
Sure. And I can imagine this extending into the evening. If they are having, an atmosphere where they're going to be open late and people are going to go there to be drinking and getting dropped off, causing more and more just absolute noise and nuisance in the neighborhood. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Valenzuela. I guess, David Coleman, are you from the community on this?
I am indeed. I've lived here since '97. I guess that's 25 years now. And, I just want to address something, that Dimitri mentioned, which is that, living across the street from this place, he's 50 feet away. The canyons of the financial district are echo chambers. Any noise is a huge problem. The Irish American bar that came in and no matter what they say, provided a wonderful romping ground for PACE students. I can hear on the 7th floor, I can hear snippets of conversation down there across the street at 100 feet away. And honking is a horrible problem, as Mr. Valenzuela said. And any increase in these kinds of dodgy nightclubs, bars, and this kind of situation, even the pizza place at the new pizza place that's open 24 hours at the corner of John and Nassau is that's bringing loudness. And I just think having a nightclub across the street from an Irish American where people love to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to this kind of situation, go up, walk up Nassau, come back, go. It's it's a terrible idea, and there is no. I mean, you know, these guys say that they took a step back. All they did was, you know, they just took another tack at like their incredibly aggressive push to get this liquor license pushed through under any circumstances. And you know, hiring community activists or whatever, it's, you know, that's fine, but that doesn't change their petition, which is the same. And you know, we don't want more noise, and that is what this is going to bring. Period. The end.
Thank you. John Parrish, are you from the community?
Yes, we're from the community. I'm just, yeah, I maybe missed or I did miss on Monday. Maybe the people at the Artisan Hotel have provided a different proposal. I heard somebody talking about a rooftop bar. I never heard that in any of the meetings that I attended. And I'm very surprised that, and potentially maybe the Artisan representatives have somehow cherry-picked some people in the buildings in the neighborhood to come on and support this, when the last meeting that I was on, there was a lot of opposition, including the New York City people turning it down. I don't see anything that's turned different, but I don't want to walk home from dinner one night and have a gun laying in front of my building door that came from a fight outside of that hotel.
Okay, thank you. Jacob Shaw, are you also from the community?
Hi, yeah, I'm Jacob Shaw. I'm from the community.
Okay, what do you have to say?
So I am currently a college student. I'm 22 years old. I grew up in 65 Nassau Street, just next door. And I remember hearing the stories from my parents and actually being home when some of the stuff was happening. And it, as a young person who's trying to figure out what I want to do next, where I want to move, where I want to kind of establish myself and become a human. You know, hearing about stuff like this is kind of discouraging me from wanting to go to a city like New York, to you know, establish myself there. And it's kind of discouraging me from feeling safe when I go home and visit my parents. So just as a young person, this is kind of my perspective on it.
Thank you. Francis?
I'd like to speak too when I get a
I
chance.
just want to make another comment in that the capacity is, even though the capacity is small, it's like only for, like, I believe it says 100 people. I can see that as a potential problem, because if it gets overcrowded, that means that people will be lingering outside, and you'll have to have like a wait line, you know, for people to get in if it's a really hot night, and you know, hot in terms of nice and energy and people, hot spot, you know, for people to get in. So just on the community's behalf, I can kind of see that as a potential problem possibly down the road, since it's not a large place. It's only capacities like 100, but that's my 2 cents.
I think that I'm going to let you speak, Max, before I speak, but I think that what you hear from the community is the control out front, and what happens when people come down drunk and come outside, and there's no security and there's nobody to get them out of the neighborhood or to get them off of John Street. My neighbors, we all experience this on Stone Street, and you know, it's not neighborhood people, it's people who come from all over, and they don't care about this neighborhood. I'm going to call on Tim, and then I'm going to go to Max to respond.
Hi, this is Tim. Bottom line is, it's not about the operation, it's about the operator. The manager of this hotel, the owner of this building, it's taken 12 years to put this building up. We went through 12 years of construction. Then, anytime we've had to deal with him, he's been abusive, aggressive to our board. He's not a community-minded person. He's a money-operated person. He does not give a care about anybody in the community other than profit. He has shown time and time again that he is not interested in the well-being of his neighbors. And the other thing too, David mentioned the pizza place. The pizza place is open as long, and I know you have no control over this, but the pizza place is open as long as it wants to. You're going to have all this overflow from this nightclub / not a nightclub going to the pizza place, and it's a nightmare. We've gone through shootings, riots, depressions. It has been a nightmare for 20 years. Thanks.
All right, Max.
Max, before you start, let me just say I meant to mention the 100 people also, because that technically puts you into the stipulations for a large venue also that you have to additionally follow, because you're
Well,
over the 75 people.
Well, let me start with that, Mariama. It's 100 people. It's 2 floors, and so I mean, it's not you may think of 100 people packed into one room. It's 2 floors, so that does provide a little bit of separation. Susan, and this was to Francis's point too, the question on security. There will be security downstairs in the lobby, both inside and out. One of the recommendations of the traffic study is that we have a dedicated employee to ensuring that people are moved along, that cars are moved along, and that there's no disorder on the sidewalk. And we're here to stipulate to that. So that's just those points. I want to make three general. Someone is still unmuted, and it's hard to speak. I'd like to make 3 general responses to the comments I heard. One of them is, we made robust efforts to reach out to the folks who live at 71 Nassau, 65 Nassau. You heard some people speak in support tonight as a result of our efforts. It's offensive to suggest that we cherry-picked them. We didn't ask anyone to come and speak in support of us. People who came to speak in support were impressed by our outreach efforts and are here on their own volition. But we didn't, the truth is, we didn't get a lot of people responding to our outreach efforts from 71 Nassau and 65 Nassau. And I was surprised by that, but now I understand why. It's because they're here not to seek any compromise or to have any sort of constructive dialogue. They just don't want the liquor license issued at all. And look, that's a position they could take. But
Hello, may I speak?
Wait. Stop, please. Whoever you are, I will let you speak when Max is done. I'm very clear about
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Go on, Max.
Thank you, Susan. So they can take that position if they want, but let's be clear, that's what they're doing. They're not interested in compromise. They're interested in having you deny them outright. So I said I was going to make 3 points. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is folks can call this a nightclub all they want. It is not a nightclub, and it's not a question of my opinion or anyone else's opinion. It's a question of cold, objective stipulations, limitations on the method of operation. Midnight closing on weeknights, 1 a.m. closing on weekends, recorded background music only, DJs only during private events. We've proposed 2 private events a month, except for December, where we've asked for more. No dancing, no promoted events, no outdoor space, no open windows. Those are not conditions that are consistent with a nightclub. So folks can call it a nightclub because, everybody gets upset about nightclubs, but objectively speaking, it's not a nightclub. It's a hotel lounge, and that's what it is. Third and final point. Everyone has been clear since the start that there was a period of time right when it was the New York reopening. It was the dark days of the pandemic. It was the dark days of the quarantine period. And then in mid 2020, when Governor Cuomo had the initial reopening and hotels were allowed to open with limited occupancy, 2020, it is a fact that this hotel, in order to survive, significantly lowered their rates. Those rates attracted people who should never have come to that hotel. Although people have been talking about a shooting and guns, that's never actually been attributed to the hotel. But we understand, and no one is here to dispute, that they should not have lowered their rates the way they did. And that resulted in a lot of the distrust that I think you're hearing tonight. But by the same token, what I think you're not hearing tonight, but really needs to be acknowledged, because this is the facts, is that since that period of time, this hotel has raised their rates back up to what they were in 2019. The New York reopening is far further underway than it was in the summer of 2020. Someone could talk about economic downturns and what have you, but nothing compares to what happened in the summer of 2020. So the rates are not going anywhere. We have excellent reviews by the police's own standards. This is a well-operated establishment. So folks can attempt to hold that one short period of time against this hotel for all eternity. And we all know what the 500-foot law is and what it means. But I'm here to tell you that the SLA is not going to hold it against them. forever. And we don't think the folks on this community board should either. They've clearly turned a new page. They're trying to. And in my experience with the Liquor Authority and my firm's 35 years of experience with the Liquor Authority, and I've tried to look into this in advance of this meeting, I'm not aware of a single case where the Liquor Authority has not allowed a hotel to have a hotel bar. Not a hotel license, but a hotel bar for its guests, especially with the limitations that we're proposing. I think it's an excellent proposal.
This is not for its guests, Max. Let's be very clear.
Well,
This
not
is
just
for the public.
Well, it has to be open to the public, Susan, of course. But, I mean, it's not, this can't be a destination location. It's not a destination hotel, and that method of operation is so limited. So, happy to answer further questions, of course, but I just wanted to make those 3 points clear that this is a good proposal, and it's limited, and it's within your guidelines.
Okay. All right. Are there any more people that have not spoken? I see Mitch.
I have one question. Hello. Yeah.
Oh, wait, Mitch. Tell me who you are, sir.
Yes, this is Bill Ward.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Yes,
Mitch,
I'm a resident of 65 Nassau Street. I was president of the co-op for more than 10 years. I personally have never been contacted directly by the owner of the Artisan or the representatives of the Artisan regarding this application. They've never done as far as I'm concerned, they've never done the community outreach that they claim. But that being what it is, it's simply the fact remains is that the establishment of an upper floor bar, nightclub, lounge, whatever you want to call it, with a liquor license that's going to attract dozens or up to 100 people is simply not conducive to a neighborhood situation that we have at Nassau and John. I own an apartment in 65 Nassau Street. The noise factor is of grave concern to me and my family. It's simply, they have not shown themselves, just as someone said earlier, it's not about the operation, it's about the operator. It's about their ability to manage the noise and the kind of environment that they're creating. Now, whatever activity, criminal or otherwise, has happened at the location, I can't speak to the facts of that, but I know that the element that the hotel has attracted has been not great. It hasn't been great. I'm in the hospitality business myself. I'm in the retail business myself. I know the industry well. It is simply not a good reflection on the owners of the business that they want to do this kind of, that they want to have this kind of application pass through. It's just, they haven't proven themselves to be good members of the community. And the fact is like, they'll lower the rates if they need to, and whatever happens, happens. Just like you said, people on this call have said themselves, the owner's representative, hey, they lowered the rates because they needed to. And it's just like, whatever element comes as a result of those rates, it's like, okay, well, we'll deal with it and we'll apologize later. It's just, I'm sorry, like there are kids in the neighborhood. It's just, listen, I've lived in the neighborhood since the 90s. I would love more restaurants and more lounges and more bars and more places to go out to. But it's just like these people have not proven themselves to be great contributors to the community. The construction process of this hotel was a disaster, total disaster. And it's like the hotel has not been additive to the neighborhood. It's like you look up the street at the Beekman. The Beekman and Tom Colicchio and Keith McNally and all these guys, is like they're doing wonders for the neighborhood. It's like these guys are not that.
Okay.
This is not
Thank you,
that.
Mr. Wood. I'm gonna cut you because I don't want to keep going on and on. Mitch and then
That's
Mark.
fine.
Okay.
Thank you very much for calling in. Mitch?
I have one or two questions for Max, and seems both sides are very compelling. So on usually like a hotel lounge or bar is for the guests of the hotel. So let's just say for the possible private events, would there be any outside promoters like for those events? Or would it be like if a family is having a wedding there, then obviously there's no, you know, if it's not advertised to come for like a night, you know, for some event. So is there any outside promoters that would or could be used for like the couple of private events?
Mitch, no promoted events, no outside promoters, no third-party promoters, no advertised events, which all, by the way, are also all things that nightclubs do, not what we're doing. The events that we want to do are private events like a wedding, and we understanding the concerns. So that's a true private event, not advertised, not promoted, and we are proposing to limit that to 2 a month.
Right. So basically, like on you're stating on the record that the hotel bar and lounge, as you describe it, is just basically, of course, it has to be open to the public. Those are the laws. But every hotel, you know, has to abide by that. But they don't have people coming in, you know, other crowds. So you're saying that it's just people from the hotel, basically, that really would know about this, for every night, 7 nights a week.
No, I mean, Mitch, I don't want to be misleading. Just like any other hotel, bar, or lounge, we want our guests to go there. It's going to be open to the public. It's not promoted as a nightclub. We're not doing third-party promoted.
No, I know that, Max. But what I'm saying is most hotels, like those lounges, are basically, unless there's an event going on, you know, the only people that really know about them and come is like the people that are staying in the hotel. So
Mitch,
that's where I'm confused. That's, you know, why I want to try to get to the bottom of that.
you got to it, Mitch. This is advertised. It's a bar. That's going to be allowed.
Without a doubt. No promoted events.
No, but for the people in the hotel?
Stop. Everybody stop a minute, please. I need somebody to mute themselves. What it means, Mitch,
Yes.
to me, Max can contradict me, it's not just for the people in the hotel.
Thank you.
It's going to be word of mouth. People are going to know about it. It's going to be on some blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have to be promoted, but it's going to be listed as a bar at 24 John Street. It's going to be called the Hyde Lounge, and it's going to be listed. So it's not for just the hotel. And that's why they submitted a traffic plan. They're going to have, I can't imagine a wedding with no food, but who am I to say anything, Max? I mean, why would somebody have a wedding? But there are going to be events there that we worked out to 2 a month. I remember that was what we had put down, even though some of us didn't like it. All right.
That's right. That's right, Susan. And if we, you know, if we have promoted events, which we're not, or third-party events, I mean, that's a stipulation we want to sign with you. And if we're not going to violate, and we can lose our liquor license if we do.
Well, we're going to put in, if this goes, there's some real strict stipulations. Mark, go on. Sorry, Mitch, are you done?
Yes, thank you.
Mark.
Thank you.
Hi, sorry, my camera doesn't work on my laptop. So that's why you can't see me.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, with these kind of issues, I don't live down there, but you generally defer to what the residents are saying. I mean, all they have to go by is what the history is and what they're seeing. So I don't think it's a blatant just disregard to say no to the liquor license, and they have a basis for their position, and I think it's valid. And we had an old saying in the you know, I'm always suspicious when they have these food prep areas with no kitchen. We always, you know, it was always an old trick. But you know, we had this saying in the old Tribeca committee: if it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, it's a duck. So you take everything with a grain of salt here. And my position would be to defer to community needs, as we know, or community desires. Once you get a liquor license, it's almost never revoked. I mean, just extraordinary circumstances, and then there are lawsuits, and judges give it back. So once they have the license, that's it. Fortunately, I think in this case, I'm not so sure. Maybe we'll vote it down, or maybe we'll have, you know, enormous restrictions. I don't see how a traffic study in that such a small area is really viable. And if they're gonna have a wedding, I mean, I guess everything will be catered in. There'll be double parking, triple parking, whatever the case may be over there. But I appreciate that board members did go to visit, but I defer to the community on this one.
Okay. I think that what I'd like to propose, Max, no matter what the vote turns out, is I think Sunday should be not midnight. I think it should be 10 p.m. I think Sunday give everybody some respite. I'm not. I wouldn't change the rest of the hours. You put them in, but I wouldn't give you Sunday.
Susan, we're here for compromise. We're the ones who are interested in compromise. If 10 p.m. is what the committee wants, then that's fine by us.
Sunday to Wednesday, so Monday through I don't know. I have trouble with 1 a.m. too, but I don't know how my committee members are feeling. I would make it, Max, at least for the first 6 months till midnight, noon, 12 to 12, because I do believe and I do hear that the owner has not been responsive to the community, and people clearing out all kinds of things. So I would propose at least till from midnight, noon to midnight.
I support that, student, Susan.
That's okay.
I think that, until, and let them prove themselves to the community, reestablish a relationship with the community, 12 o'clock, and then definitely 10 o'clock on Sunday.
Because
Definitely
we're not a nightclub, we have no issue with that.
Mariama, you have your hand up again, and I want to call on you.
Thank you. Yeah, so I agree with Mark. I normally go with what the community says too, but I learned from our last experience of when we try to say completely no, that sometimes that doesn't go very well either. And so again, in trying to find a compromise here, I do think we need to also consider the first precinct's impression, because they're who they kept running down here every time there was an incident. If they're saying they haven't had to do that, and Officer Nelson is vouching for them, say that there's been no problems, he doesn't have to do that, and I don't suppose he would want to if they were still posing a similar threat. Although I did say to Francis, I myself, although I'm supporting it now, and I didn't the first 2 times, like most of us, I guess, never really bought the story about the change in prices, because all of the hotels in the area reduced their prices. My daughter and her friend stayed at the Aloft like 10 times during the pandemic, so they were all cheaper, but these incidents were only occurring on John Street. That said, if they're not anymore, I don't know how we can continue to hold it against them.
Okay. I'm going to take 2 more people, and then I'd like to call the question. All right. David Coleman, didn't you speak before?
I did. Can I just add something quickly?
Yeah.
I just want to say that, that whether or not the crime rate at the Artisan has plummeted or not is really not the issue. The problem is noise outside on the street, people smoking. I'm sorry, you're not going to have people smoking in this club, so you're going to have at least 10 to 20% of them downstairs. You know what else amplifies voices, just like these streets? Alcohol. And so people are down there. I have called the first precinct. I know the number by heart to call about noise complaints about the Irish American. And this is going to reverberate literally and figuratively. And if it's not a nightclub, why did they call it the Hyde Lounge? I mean, was Crackden not available? That's all I have to say.
Well, it's not a nightclub.
The Hyde is actually about leather, about how this used to be a leather community, tannery.
Well, you know what? It doesn't sound like that.
Maybe they should change it. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying that's what the Hyde is from, as in skins.
Tim, did you not take your hand down? Okay.
I'd like to chime in here. There's one last point. This is Bill Ward again. I'm sorry. Just as everybody on the board is just kind of affirmed, this is a one-way ticket for a liquor license. Once it's given, it is not taken away. And the fact is that these people have not proven themselves to be good partners in the community. They have not done the requisite outreach. They have not proven themselves to be good neighbors. It's just as simple as that. And when you give this liquor license, whatever caveats or conditions you do to like make yourselves feel better, it's like it's going to be a disaster for the neighbors. Disaster. The noise and the irreverence for the families that live in the immediate radius of this establishment will never forgive you. Never.
All right.
Can I get the last word? It's my application.
No. Mark gets to speak, and Debbie, I'm not going to call on you again. And I'm not going to call on Max again. I'm going to call on Mark, and then I'm going to call the question. But I'm going to say a few things before. All right. Go on, Mark.
So the thing was mentioned earlier about saying no to application. Everything's on a case-by-case basis. So the thing is, the key to it is if there's enough criteria there, which they may be in this case, I think, and then sticking to our resolve on it and not have the full board as a whole succumb to outside influences. And we stick together on a no and make the case to the SLA, it can work. But if it's wishy-washy, then they sense that. So that's the difference with that. Someone mentioned that the owner was not receptive enough. That's important to me. Can someone elaborate on what was going on there, not receptive to the community?
Mark, I think he was rude. I mean, I remember it from the last meetings. I'm not going to call on anybody else. I want to say two things. It's one of the things that I have tried to deal with on this committee. I don't totally agree with Mark because we have gone and opposed a couple of bars and clubs and a variety of things, and we have gone to the SLA. The only difference by going to the SLA with our resolutions and our negatives, they approved them, but we had enough stipulations in them that the commissioners gave us certain things. I don't know how to totally get around this, Max. We've changed the hours. I think that you really have to make sure that we would put in the resolution that the security isn't just in front of the hotel, that it goes down the block to make sure that people are not hanging out in front of the two buildings that are in front. I'm not a happy camper with this, but I am very worried that a total no, without all the stipulations we're going to put in the resolution, will be problematic. So that's my last statement. I mean, we've been at this for a while. I would like to have somebody call the question and have yeas and nays.
Call the question.
Thank you. Second? Okay. James? I need you to keep track of the yeas, nays, abstentions.
Yep, I'm writing it down right now on the vote sheet.
Okay.
Also, while I'm here, just for my own clarification, just to make sure we're all on the same page for the hours. Monday to Thursday, 12 to 12. Sunday, 12 to 10. Friday and Saturday, 12 to 12.
Yes.
Perfect, thanks. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page. All right.
The community opposition will be noted, right?
Yes. We'll have it all in there, Mark. All right. So, any
Wait a minute, Monday to Thursday is 12 also?
Yeah, you want to change it?
I thought you had. I mean,
no, I hadn't.
There's a number of noise complaints, and Monday through Thursday, those would be school nights.
Oh, well, what do you want to do? 11 p.m.?
Maybe we should.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Max, are you willing to go along with that to try it out?
So what's the proposal now?
It's Sunday to 10, Monday to Wednesday till 11. And we're giving you Thursday. Whoever you are, mute
Someone's got to mute
yourself.
themselves. Yeah.
Mute yourself, please.
All right, so I'm hearing Sunday. I'm hearing.
You out of the meeting next time you do that.
So I'm hearing Sunday.
Not you. I'm sorry. The phone number.
So I'm hearing I'm hearing Sunday at 10. I'm hearing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday 11, and I'm hearing what Thursday, Friday, Saturday 12, or is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That's fine.
Susan, did you ask about how many events for December? Because you said there would be a different figure for that.
We had wanted, because it's December, 6 events. So we had wanted 2 during every month of the year, except maximum of 6 during December. It's up to you folks.
No, well, you get 2 for the every month, Max.
Fine. Fine.
Hello, I'm sorry. This sounds like everybody's like signing on for approving this thing. There needs to be an up or down question as to what is happening with the community.
Just one moment, please. I don't know who's speaking. Where we are is we're going to take a vote. This is the vote we have to take to present to the larger community board in 2 weeks. We have, but one of the things this committee is responsible for is whatever comes out, whether it's yay or nay, is putting in the various stipulations we want to ensure if we get overruled. That's a piece of what we do on this committee. All right? I had no more interruptions. We're taking the vote. So all, any recusals, any abstentions, any noes?
Amoruso is a no.
Cole
is a no.
Cole is a no.
Charkoudian votes no.
Copel is a no.
All right. Everybody else, I am assuming, is a yes.
Did I hear that the security was going to be up and down the block to make sure no people who are outside smoking, that they don't?
Heard it. From your lips to her ears.
Okay.
Heard it. And it will be in the
stipulation too.
It
yeah.
will be in the resolution and the
The
stipulation.
other thing I want to say is if this passes and the residents have any issue, I expect to get many, many complaints in quality of life. They will all have called 311 and they will be coming to quality of life with their complaint numbers. So everyone who's attending this meeting, if you were a resident and this passes and they open and you have issues, call 311. I don't care if you call 50 times, get 50 complaint numbers, and come to Quality of Life Committee.
That is absolutely correct. It's the only way we can ever shut down something.
I'm sorry, you people are doing a substantial disservice to the neighborhood. This is an outrage, an absolute outrage. Your ability to complacently, just put this license through.
Sorry, it took me a sec to expel him from the meeting.
But I want to answer that in all fairness. That this community board and this committee really tries to be responsive to everybody, and that it is not in our interest to close people down. Or unless there's something egregious. We're willing to give them a chance, I guess, at this moment, some of the people on this committee, and that's where we are, and it will go to the full board, and whoever is on the from the community can come to the full board meeting and speak up. Please.
It's compromise. It's compromise, and that's what the SLA wants us to do.
Susan, could you maybe explain to the gentleman from the community board that was just outraged, and I sympathize with him, that we're just some of us, for myself, is afraid that if we vote it down completely and the SLA approves, then they're open without stipulations, and then the owner could say to everybody in the neighborhood, "Go F yourself." So if you can maybe he didn't get that point, and that's where I'm coming from.
We
said that. I think he thinks we have more power than we do.
And also, I want him to know
Susan and I and Megan and Liz, a bunch of us went to Harlem during the height of the pandemic. Like everybody was still staying home. We left our houses and got on the train and went to Harlem to say no on a liquor license that the commissioners proceeded to pass. And we weren't alone. Councilman Marte came with us. Gail Brewer came with us. A bunch of officials, Nadler's office was there. They all said no too, and the SLA granted that license. So this is why we go to the trouble to put the stipulations in, because they'll at least listen to our recommendations and not allow a company to go
Right.
rogue.
And I understand that. I just wanted to see if to make sure he does because.
Okay, I want to
Thank you.
move. I want to move on, but I do
Susan,
want to
just
say-
point of information, the full board meeting is June 28th.
Thank you.
And what was the committee vote?
James has it.
Can you give us
Can
a
I just
committee
ask
vote?
a respectful question just about the process,
And
if that's okay?
and the thing
If that's
about
all right?
and the thing about that is that we just because the SLA might necessarily give it to us, it doesn't mean we'd automatically always surrender. It's a case by case.
Yes,
And
I know.
just the committee vote, please.
Susan, can I just ask how you guys?
One
can I
second,
hear the
Dimitri.
people who
I
vote?
will.
Yeah, okay,
I will
okay,
call
yeah,
on
yeah.
you. James, do you have the vote?
Yes, so according to the committee vote, it passed. Total of 9 people voted. From the community board, 1 public member voted. So it passed with 7-3.
7-3. Okay. All right, Dimitri.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to hear who were that. We just assumed that everybody, the the no's and the yeses. I just wanted to make sure we captured that. I thought we just kind of. I just wanted to hear who those were.
No, we
if that's-
capture
if
it.
that's-
Don't worry, dear.
Okay. Okay. Thanks so much.
Okay. Thank you all. All right, let's move on. Thank you,
Evening,
members
everyone.
of the
Thank you.
committee. Mhm. Max, you're going to be held accountable.
I understand. My office is in your district. You know where to find me.
Yes, I do. All right.
Do we put it in there in the stipulations though, that they weren't going to be like stopping in front of the building
Yes,
and idling, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
We will.
James
James
will,
and I will. All right. So we're going to go
Susan?
back to Tribeca. Yes.
Susan, Joel, I thought there was 4 no votes.
There was you, me, Mark, and Karen. James, you
He
didn't
said
get
that. He said
no.
1 public member voted no.
I voted, Daryl voted no as well.
And
So wait. Just for clarification, could we all go one at a time? So Susan, you voted no?
Yes.
Okay.
Deron voted no.
All right. So wait, sorry, I'm just
Chirkoudian voted no. Cole voted no. Capel voted no. Amoruso voted no. And Stam also voted no as a public member.
all right, wonderful.
Okay?
What's the
Does
vote?
it still pass?
No.
Yes.
What-
Passes.
What's the vote?
I think it's if there were 9, 4, 5 against. 4, was it 4?
We're honestly
There was
going
one
a bit
abstention.
here.
I'm
So
confused. What do all those
Hush,
no's mean?
on the phone.
I'm sorry. What do all those no's mean? If there's all those people voting no,
Susan,
why
it
is it
didn't
yes?
pass.
What it means is what it means is this goes to the board meeting, as Mark explained, on June 28th. And it shows the board when we presented that this was a complicated proposal. There will be stipulations, there will be a resolution, and the board will be informed of the issues. And if some community people go to protest, it will be there. That's what this means.
Thank you. Thank you.
Susan,
Understood.
Susan, it didn't pass.
No, there's more
It
no's
was 4,
than there
4,
were
and 1
yeses.
abstention. It was
There's
4,
more
4,
no's.
and 1.
Shush. Hush.
It didn't pass.
James?
So just for my own clarification, can we go through everyone again? Because according to mine, I just want
We
to
need
make
to do a roll call?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
let's do
check for roll call.
All right, James.
Do a roll call.
Thank you very much. Do a roll call.
Okay, wonderful. So first off, Susan, you're here,
No.
right?
Yes, no.
Wonderful. Now we have Mark. You're here and you're opposed, right?
I am a no.
Yeah, let each member say it, not you,
Oh,
James.
all right. My apologies. I'll let each member say it. So All right. So Susan, what's your vote, just to be sure?
No.
Wonderful. Mark Amoruso.
No.
Darren Charkoudian.
Aaron votes no.
All right. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I accidentally blanked out a name. I was trying to go pretty fast earlier. Yeah, I tried pressing Control S. In any case, Mitchell Froman.
Yes, with the stipulations.
Okay. Mariama.
Mariama, yes.
Okay. Joel Copel.
Capel.
No.
All right. Wonderful.
No.
Bernard Lynn.
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Megan McHugh.
I think she's not here.
All right. Patricia L. Moore.
Board votes yes.
All right. Chao Z.
Yes.
Okay. Now, John Berganati Grillo. Hello? John?
That's Jean Grillo.
Jane, I'm sorry.
Public members now. We finished the full board vote, 5-4, right?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't because he didn't call my name.
You didn't call Francis.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Francis.
Francis votes yes.
Okay.
Votes yes.
6-4, right?
Yeah. Now, Karen.
No.
Okay. So,
And is Jean Grillo?
Jean?
Are you a public member, Jean?
She's not here.
Jean is a public member.
I don't think she's here.
I don't think she's here either. Okay, so the vote is 6-4 with a public member also voting no. All right,
All right.
we're
So
moving on.
passes.
Okay, done.
That's close.
Finished.
Thank you. Good
On
evening,
to the
everyone.
next. Okay, 183 Duane.
All right.
Let's put the application on and move the pages along. We didn't do that with Max's. Keep going. Who's here from 183 Duane?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good. This is Vanessa. I'm representing for Nana Hunch LLC, doing business as Ajasa on doing. This is a restaurant, and the owner is applying the beer and wine license. So our business hour is 11:30 to 10 p.m., Monday to Sunday, 7 days.
Yeah. And it's Japanese. It's sushi and it's food.
Sushi, basically, yes, it's Japanese restaurant.
Yeah. All right. Anybody have any questions? I went through the application.
Sorry, where is it?
I do too. I have a question.
It's on Duane Street between West Broadway and Church.
Correct.
Yeah,
This is a permanent or one of those temporary requests.
This is permanent and temporary. Because what happens is we have to apply temporary because the SISA is have huge delay. According to them, they say the application could take about 5 to 6 months. Therefore, almost every application they told us we better to apply for a temporary permit.
SLA told you that?
Yeah, because they are in behind.
Right. Okay. And what are the issues with delivery times, receiving deliveries, and bike deliveries? What's the what do we have there?
We have Uber and Grubhub doing the delivery.
Okay. And what time are you going to receive merchandise and products? What hours?
It's like between probably 11:30 8:30 around that time, or
Okay.
usually probably the owner will bring in. So we won't have a much like trucker come in deliver food. So probably the owner purchase it, or a merchandiser purchase it ourselves.
So not before 8 a.m.
No.
Okay, just add that stip. Thank you.
Okay.
I would just add, change the time on Sunday for alcohol to 12 because they have 11:30. That's all.
11:30. It's
It's okay, Francis. You can serve
Okay,
at 10
fine.
a.m. At 10 a.m. 11:30 is okay.
I keep getting that confused.
It's all right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. Can I have if there's no more, can we call the question and have a second?
Call the question.
Okay. Any no's?
Second.
Any abstentions? Any recusals? Okay, let's move on. There you go. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Good night.
Welcome. Good night. 39 Avenue of the Americas. Who's here? The Hilton Garden Inn.
This is Ben Savitsky of Mercer Savitsky.
I have really a lot of issues with applications that have a lot of indoor space and say that they're going to they're going to take up space on the street too. But anyway,
I do too, Francis. What can I tell you?
I mean, yeah, and there's other restaurants that don't have any indoor space and whatever.
All right. So the things I noted on this, you can pass it through, and then I'd like to hear from the committee. I didn't
Do you want me to just do my presentation very quickly?
Oh, go on, Ben.
I'm so sorry. I have to do it. Oh, hi, Ben Savitsky. So this is for York Street Lessee DE LLC, York Street LLC, and Hersha Hospitality Management. They operate a hotel, the Hilton Garden Inn Hotel at 39 Avenue of the Americas. It's under an HL license, which is a hotel liquor license. The hotel is at the corner where Avenue of the Americas meets West Broadway. This is an alteration application. This isn't an application for a new license. The purpose of this alteration is to include the existing, include into the existing licensed hotel space the existing restaurant that is separately licensed on the property. The lease expired for the current lessee. They had their own license. It's a restaurant called AOA. It's attached to the hotel. You could enter through the hotel and AOA can go into the hotel. The lease expired. The hotel is going to take it over. Nothing is changing. Everything is remaining exactly the same. It's still the same menu. It's still the same, pretty much everything. I think even the employees might actually be the same. We're just adding the restaurant, which was previously licensed to an independent operator, into the hotel license.
Okay, so there are a couple of things that I noted. The hours, which I'd like everybody to look at and talk in on. Your delivery starts at 5 a.m. That's not acceptable. We do not like delivery before, isn't 7, Mark, if I'm not mistaken, and certainly not on weekends. Usually it's 8 a.m. And I didn't see anything about garbage removal and when you're going to have them come and take, when you're going to do garbage. That's a big deal for the community. That I forgot to put that in on Max's, but anyway. And then there is no Sunday 2 a.m. We're not going to give you 2 a.m.
So all of this, the entire application is just reproduced from what's been there since 2011.
Yeah, but we change. I know what's been there, and we change, and you can come back. But yeah.
It's Darren. I'm okay with it. Just the Sunday, definitely. Got to cut that one back just with our new guidelines here.
Well, they're on. I know where they are. I'd give them the weekends till 2 a.m., but I wouldn't on the weekdays. I'm a stickler on that one, Duran, and I would change Sunday.
My point is, if it's almost the same operation here, Sunday definitely get 10 a.m. or whatever, 10 p.m. or whatever there.
Yeah.
Other ones, if it's almost the same operation, I don't have a problem giving Monday through Saturday to whatever they had before, as long as it's.
It's exactly the same operation. The hotel is going to be operating it just using their own staff. The hotel currently only has room service and they serve till midnight. That's not changing. They're just keeping the operation of the restaurant running exactly the same as it has been since 2011.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
give
been
it to
around more than 10
Duran.
years. As long as there haven't been many complaints recently, I don't see an issue here.
I think you're right. I think,
No residential nearby. It's all in the hotel building.
But I think, Ben, we're gonna make, Sunday till 10. Sorry.
I mean, Elizabeth Pimentel's on the phone. She's the manager. Elizabeth, do you know what time the restaurant actually closes on Sunday, and does that work for you?
Yes, we've been closing a lot earlier, sometimes between 10 and 11, so that will be okay.
Thank you.
Sunday could be 10 and the rest of the week 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Duran.
Thank you, Daron. And Elizabeth, the delivery issue, we wrote down 5 to 10. I think that's when it's taking deliveries. But do you ever actually take deliveries before 7 a.m.?
We do not. Well, we're okay with changing that also to be after 8 a.m. We have staff 24 hours.
Great.
And
then garbage.
And garbage removal.
Currently, we have garbage removal anytime between 7 and 10 p.m.
At night.
Correct.
Okay.
Susan, I have my hand up.
I'm sorry, Mitch, I didn't see it.
No, that's okay. Well, I just put it up, so no problem. I just have a question, maybe more for some of the the board members that might live closer to that area. I see that they will intend to ask for a sidewalk cafe. So for anybody that's more familiar with that area, as far as the space outside, and whether that's something that's what the deal is with that, or if, opinion of some of the other members.
Yeah, there's like York Streets over there. What is it? The ACO or something has a sidewalk cafe that's right next to the subway entrance. So logistically, I don't know how it will work, but
so AOA has operated with
could be
cafe.
an issue if it expands or whatever. So
okay.
Yeah, they are, I believe, exactly next to the American Thread building, which is a residential building.
And then they would have to then ask for when they would open up, then they would have to then discuss the hours at that point. So it's like we're not granting the hours that we're granting now have nothing to do with what the sidewalk cafe would be. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
Okay, I just wanted to have the information out there. Thank you.
Yeah, but how is asking for the sidewalk different from the open streets?
Well, Francis, your guess is as good as mine. And I think there's a different ruling. Mark knows this better than I do, or maybe Karen. I'm not as well versed as I should be, but it's all about the same to me. I think there's no difference except that if it's sidewalk, there's stipulations you have to that are different than the open streets. Am I correct?
yeah, it's like two different agencies basically. I think now they're treated separately. This criterias are different. I mean, we still have one over here in Tribeca when they're still there till midnight. And then they take advantage of that by keeping their sidewalk cafe open, which is supposed to close earlier. So it makes it just a hodgepodge of nonsense that doesn't make any sense. So
that's what I thought. That's why
typical New York City operation.
So they have to come.
They
back
have to
for
come
the
back.
sidewalk. And we'll put that in the resolution.
Okay.
So they have to come back to us they go to DOT for open
Yes,
streets, right?
exactly.
Well, is
But
DOT
then they still have to come back to us, don't they? Or no?
For the sidewalk.
cafe? Yeah.
Only for the sidewalk, but if DOT grants them the street, then they don't have to come back to us for anything?
That's my understanding.
Yeah, right?
But
And that includes the liquor part?
I think so, but I had understood that what the city council did was that the sheds had 1 year more of use and then the program was completely shut down. So
Right.
I'm not really sure that they're actually processing things for the street at this point. We should find out.
Yeah.
Should make it a point to find out.
Solution to do that, okay?
Okay, because I just walking through the neighborhood, I see a lot more shed street actions, especially like down the street from the Artisan Hotel on John Street.
Yeah.
There's a little thing that's opened up. I took a picture of it, and at the coffee shop, it's like they just, took up space right outside on the street there in front of, and I don't remember them at all coming to us. I don't remember the venue or anything, but I think, I want to be real clear on that. What's the difference and what the circumstances are, because I think that it was the sheds were based on the liquor license. Part of the shed was based on what they already had indoors, and they were allowed to take it outside, but I don't even know. That's why I'm
The state of
asking the
emergency that the mayor
Right.
declared is over relatively
Right.
soon. So I'm assuming that the business of DOT with sheds in the street, which is part of that, will also end.
Don't assume. We'll see. Don't assume. But the real issue is whatever the hours we give have to be the same outside, unless there is a sidewalk, an issue around noise and whatever. But I'm not comfy with this. But they got to come
No,
back
me
to
either.
us. They have to come back to us if they want a
Sidewalk cafe.
okay, sidewalk cafe. Right, Ben?
You got it.
All right. So
All right, thanks.
if there's no further ado, so to speak, can I get a call the question in a second?
Call the question.
Second.
Okay, any nays? Any recusals? I am assuming the rest are all in favor.
Amaruso abstain.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mark, I forgot abstention. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night. Okay, so any problem with any of the renewals? I don't think we've had any complaints to the community board. I want to go to, I can't read my agenda carefully, but
Can we see that renewal list? Is that able to be put up just to double check it?
will you put up the renewal list, James, can you?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Thank you very much.
What happened to the thing on Walker Street? I thought there was an application from Walker Street.
It may have been postponed.
Okay. Can you check?
Walker Street was first, wasn't it?
Did I miss it?
Oh yeah, it was first. You
I
did miss it.
Okay.
You missed it.
Okay.
You missed it. We gave
Connect. Can you blow that up a little bit?
There we go.
Yeah, I personally haven't heard any issues with those. So
Neither have I. I mean, we haven't, and Lucian would have told me. All right, I think we're going to the financial district. And we have,
Oh, my battery's running low. Do you have a charger?
38 Water Street. And
Was there information? There wasn't
when
any
I'm-
information.
Yes. Water Street did not submit enough information for us
Right.
to even make a decision.
Right.
And they submitted whatever I'm going to get tonight. I got 2 pages, so they have
Right.
to be postponed till
Yeah,
next
there's
month.
not enough information.
The
Okay.
lawyer for both Water Street and I think 87 South. I could, yeah, 87 South. It's the same lawyer for both. He never responded to any of my emails. So, and I don't think he's shown up to the meeting this month or last month.
Okay. So that's it. They're postponed
So,
and
so they're out. Yeah.
yeah.
They've
done.
already been postponed from last month. Should I keep them or should
Just don't put them on till they contact us.
All right, perfect. I'll keep them off then.
All right. The next one is 120 water. 120, 122 water.
Hi there, committee. I'm Harry Callion. I'm the attorney for 120 and 122 Water Street. This is Hotel Indigo. It's Indigo Wall Street. Hotel Indigo Wall Street is the DBA. I have the applicants here, Raj Guru, Convar, and their whole team is here. We also have, I believe, a service provider for the sound attenuation. But this application appeared before you last year. This was for a hotel liquor license. They've since been licensed. They actually opened the hotel. Just a little blocking and tackling. We submitted the packet, which you have here. We have 2 additional documents which I can go over, but I'll just go through the application if it's okay with you.
Was it always on water? Or was the entrance on wall?
It was always on water.
Okay.
So they just changed the name, so it's more it just makes more sense to their customers. So this is a hotel that was approved. They actually opened in December without their liquor license, and this is a very high-end hotel. It's under the Indigo brand. This is an upper upscale 4-star brand hotel, so it's again very high end. They have a hotel liquor license. This is not a bar, tavern, or a nightclub or a standalone. This is all operated by the hotel itself. They have a management team that is employed to operate the hotel as well as the restaurants, along with the owners of the hotel. So they're very hands-on. They've done a great job here. It's an amenity to the community. They they appeared before you, a number of months ago. So this application, in their prior appearance, they were going to apply for one of the licenses was going to be for the rooftop, the 26th floor rooftop. They made an agreement with the community that they would not seek that, which they did not in the application, and they said that they would come back to you once the hotel was open and ask for your blessing. They've done all. They followed all of the rules with the community where they work hand in hand. They have letters of support. It's a very nice establishment, and they're coming back as agreed and as instructed to seek the approval of that rooftop space.
Do you have a diagram of the rooftop space?
Yes, it should be included in the application. There's architectural diagrams in here. We do have 2 other documents that we wanted to submit. One of them is, which was not included in this packet, and that's our oversight. There is a high water study, a noise attenuation study, which we can send over to you. Again, one of the agreements that they made was to comply with the community board standard stipulations. So the hours are actually 10 p.m. During the week and 11 p.m. on weekends. So they'll be closing early. That's earlier than the inside, and it's also earlier than other applicants that have been approved for these rooftop bars. They're on 26 floors. I believe the Wall Street hotel was approved as well, but they're actually much lower, probably I believe 16 floors, something like that.
Well, noise carries. Tell me the hours again.
So the hours, closing hours 10 p.m. during the week and 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. That's the outdoor.
Capacity? You did not fill in where it said capacity.
It should be completed. The capacity is on page, let's see. It's on section 2, size and capacity. This application is.
Here it is.
It's yes.
But it says public assembly capacity, not.
Yes, that's right. That was before they have a place of assembly. The place of assembly, it's 100. I mean, it's a hotel, so it's they sort of view it. They view it differently. They view it floor by floor, but the largest capacity is that 174, which is in the ground floor. I'm sorry, excuse me, 64. 64 capacity, which is on that first floor, and then 50 on the 25th floor, and then 56 on the rooftop. And that's pursuant to the.
That's the question. No, that was the question. Because since you were asking for approval for the rooftop, I wanted to know what that capacity was.
Yes,
Okay.
right. Yep. And that's included the certificate of occupancy, which was approved. I don't believe
I see.
that was.
I can't see it now, but.
Yeah, they were.
It's broken out. Okay.
All right. So I just want to make sure I understand. There are 3 areas.
Correct.
For serving. There's the roof, which has a capacity of 56.
Yes.
The next is the what floor?
25th floor.
And
Direct-
what's that
direct-
capacity?
That capacity is 50,
Oh,
50.
and then
And
the ground floor is 64.
So 64. It's broken out into their.
I can't see it somehow.
Oh, well, you can. Well, anyway.
I can't
Yes,
see
it's
it.
broken
Yeah.
out.
So is there food going to be served on the roof, or is it just alcohol?
It's food. They serve food on the entire hotel. There's room service. That's the reason they get a hotel license, so they can serve food.
Yeah,
And
no, I just making sure.
yes, absolutely.
Francis, anybody else?
No, I'm good.
This roof is open or enclosed?
Oh, it's open.
It's open. It's on. It has awnings. So it has awnings over it, and they're sound attenuating awnings. But again, it's on the 26th floor, so it's above the other. It's above the. I mean, that's what the high water study shows. That was part of the. That's part of the DEP requirements, and to get their C of O, they have to be above a certain, and they have to do environmental sound studies and sound attenuation studies. But again, the establishment just on its face closes at 10 and 11 p.m. So there isn't that issue.
Well, there's an issue, but it's not a huge issue. It's not 1 o'clock in the morning. There's always an issue.
Correct.
All right. Delivery. Well, I don't have to worry because it's within the hotel, and we approve that one. Anybody have any questions? Can I get call the question and a second?
Question.
A second?
Second.
Okay. Any abstentions? Any noes? Any recusals? What I didn't ask you, what's the security going to be like? We asked you, I think, when you came the first time, but just go over it.
So they have Convar or Roger, are you there to describe the security? This is in compliance with the stipulations. They have a security guard in front, but they could speak specifically to the to those.
So hi, this is Cover. We will have a security company which has security guards which will go through a proper training of 16 hours outside and 8 hours on premise. and they're all licensed guards. So we will always have at least one guard on site. And on the weekends, depending on how busy we are, we might even have two. So we'll make sure there's security on premise. And then we'll make sure we're taking reservations, and all our employees will be tip certified.
I don't know
Thanks,
what that
Counselor.
means, but okay. What's tip certified?
Tip Certified is a program for responsible alcohol service. It's a
Oh,
program
great.
offered by
Thank
the
you.
state.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So did we call the question and I got a second? So we had no recusals, no no's, no abstentions. I guess the rest is you pass. Good luck and be good neighbors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chair. Thank you, committee.
Thank you.
Good night.
Okay, here we are on More Peas, 6 Stone Street.
Good evening, Mike Palutis here. Can you folks hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, good.
Yes.
So again, my name's Mike Palutis. I'm here on behalf of More Peas LLC. I am joined this evening by Des O'Brien and Pat Burke, although they are on by phone, so I don't know if we're going to be able to hear them, but hopefully we can. Des, Pat, can you guys unmute yourselves?
You hear me, Michael?
Yep,
Yeah,
I think
we-
that's Pat.
Can the
I think
board
that's
hear me?
Pat. Yep, that's Pat Burke.
Yeah,
We've
Pat-
got you.
Pat
We've
Burke
got you,
speaking,
Pat.
yep.
Des, are you
Okay.
on?
Let me tell them what to do.
All right. Well, we've got Pat anyway. So our client appeared before this committee on March 10th of 2021. The committee voted to support our client's application for an on-premises liquor license for the ground floor of 6 Stone.
Be an hour and 20 minutes. I can just.
Please mute
Um,
yourself.
Sorry, I'll be quick.
Go
Our
on.
client agreed to stipulations with CB1 and applied for its license. The application has subsequently been conditionally approved by the Liquor Authority, but due to DOB delays, our client has not been able to open yet. When we last appeared before the committee, we noted in our submission that we had anticipated applying for an alteration shortly after opening. We couldn't have done it at the time because we had some work to do on the second floor that we thought was going to take longer than the work that we had to do on the first floor. As it turns out, the work on the first floor took a lot longer than expected, and so our client expects that as shortly after opening, probably in a couple of months, they'll file an alteration application, and that's why we're here tonight. With the addition of the second floor, we will end up with 39 tables and 105 seats and 15 bar stools. I'll note that the bar that is on the second floor is only the service bar. There are no stools at that bar, and there will not be alcoholic beverages sold directly to customers from that bar. That will be a service bar only. There's no live music, no DJ, no security personnel. Des, Pat, Robert Mahan and John Mahan, who are the other 2 owners, they couldn't join us tonight, but all 4 of these gentlemen are experienced operators. They operate Toro Loco, Broadstones, the Pig and Whistles that have been scattered throughout the city for years. O'Brien's, Foxy John's, Amon's, and a longtime Midtown bar that's now closed called Langen's. They have been operating Toro Loco and Broadstone in your district for some time, I believe without significant incident. The concept at this location is going to be a restaurant and bar. The trade name will be Roxanne's. And again, there'll be no live music, no DJ, no live performances, and no security. I'll also point out that this premises had been licensed continuously since 1980 with a 4 a.m. license. The block is almost entirely commercial, which is, I think, what led this committee to approve the hours that it approved in March of last year. There are no residents in the building that this premises is located in. They have vacated the building. The closest residential building is at 15 Stone above Toro Loco. And as you'll see, we did speak with all of the residents in that building, and they signed a petition in support of this application. I think it's important to note that those residents live above another establishment that these gentlemen operate. So they're, I think that speaks to the type of neighbors that Des and Pat and his partners have been at Toro Loco. That's the way that they're going to operate in the new space as well. Our client is really seeking just to enter into the same stipulations that we agreed to in March, but to add the second floor. And with that, we're happy to answer any questions that the committee might have.
Anybody?
Michael, just let you know that I'm on here. Sorry.
Yep, we got you. We got you, Pat. Oh, is that Des?
That's Desmond.
Yeah.
Just
All right, so we have both Des and Pat on the line now.
So how much is the occupancy with this additional floor?
Thank you.
So the second floor will have 20 tables and 58 seats. All right. And the ground floor will have 19 tables with 47 seats. And there will be 15 stools at the ground floor bar. The ground floor is a large portion of the ground floor is taken up by the kitchen. It has a full kitchen in the back. And so the kitchen is a fairly large kitchen. They're putting out a full menu at this location.
So you're at the other end of Stone Street. You're close to the museum, closer to the Museum 6. Am I correct? Are you near Broadway?
Whitehall Street.
Whitehall Street, yeah.
Correct.
This is very commercial down there. Am I correct?
Yes,
There's
that's
few
correct.
residences down on the other side, but yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that this is technically a large venue under our rules.
Yes.
Yeah, so
we'll have to include the large venue stipulations in there that will have to be attached to your application. I would like to say that I am loathed to give you till 4 a.m. That is me. We have had such trouble in the neighborhood for throughout this pandemic and since that I think it is really problematic. So your Sunday to Wednesday, you want from 11 a.m. to 10. I'm so confused. You want 2 a.m.
Right. So these are the hours. These are the hours in the stipulation that's already in place for the ground floor. So what we did was just we put those same hours, the hours that were approved in March of last year, in our application for this alteration to include the second floor.
Well, when you explain the second floor, you say it's a service bar. What does that mean?
So that means that there will not be an additional bar license at that bar because the licensee will not be permitted to exchange alcoholic beverages for money at that bar counter. That means that the bar is there, but that what it'll be for is for wait staff to come and make and receive drinks to be delivered to the tables. It's a service bar. That's what a service bar is.
Just wanted to make sure we were all.
Yep. There will not be people standing at that bar, ordering drinks at that bar. That bar is a service bar. It's a place where drinks will be made. There'll be beer and wine behind the bar so that wait persons can go back, fix drinks, and serve the floor.
So you will have no security. So when anybody leaves your place or they want to smoke outside and be loud, you will have nobody to usher them towards the
So
subway.
the large venue stipulations require the security.
Don't they?
Yes.
Okay, so when we were here last year, it was half the size, and that the stipulation indicated there'd be no security. If I'll have to, I mean, Des, you maybe, or Pat, you can chime in here. If you'd like a security person dedicated to the door to make sure that patrons are dispersing upon exiting the premises, now that the capacity will have increased. Pat or Des, can one of you, can one of you just speak to that?
Yeah, we're fine with that. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So-
we're fine with it. That's,
Yeah.
that's
What,
required.
what we
Well,
have
you
to
up
get
the
you.
numbers. You up the numbers, so and
Sure.
and you
So you're in a
you
different
put
ballpark.
yourself in another category, right? So
So
you have
we're
to.
going to get you, Michael, the large venue.
Okay.
James will send it to you. What the requirements are for a large venue.
And I'm concerned about those hours.
Yeah, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, this is the way I understand it, everybody, and somebody can correct me, Mark, or somebody that if I'm wrong. They're asking for an alteration. The alteration is to make a service on the second floor. We have given them these, whether we like it or not. And I don't like it, but they have this, and they've come to us for the alteration for the service bar. So I don't.
Did we look up our old resolution?
Yeah, but they're also increasing the numbers. So it's not just the service bar. It's the
occupancy is increased. Yeah.
The occupancy is increased. So we have to look at it differently.
But in 2019, this committee gave somebody 4 a.m. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah,
so
we would have.
We did mention when we were here in March of last year that we would be coming back for this exact alteration because of the reasons that I stated earlier. We knew we had a CO issue on the second floor that we had to fix. We thought that was going to take longer than the ground floor work. Otherwise, we would have applied for everything at the same time. But that we didn't hide that fact. We included that specifically in the questionnaire we submitted last year. We noted that we would be returning to license the second floor, and then we discussed it with you when we were here in front of you in March of last year. I have the large venue stipulations here. I will go over them with Des and Pat, but I would imagine they're all acceptable, of course. So.
Yeah, we gave you these hours, did we not?
You did. Absolutely. I can send to whomever
I have
you'd
it.
like.
We have it in our
Yeah.
records. We just have a new person, and we're blah blah blah. We didn't get the old one. So, does anybody have? I mean, in some ways, we're between a rock and a hard place. They've got this. We approved it. And I can't, I'm loath to take it away. I don't know how you take it
Susan.
away. We haven't had any complaints. Wait, Bernard, I will call on you. So that we are approving their alteration, and that's it.
We haven't had any complaints. That's definitely valuable.
Yes, I'll call on you, Bernard.
How many people has there been so far when we haven't had any complaints? Like it's like doubling now, right? The occupancy.
Yeah. We don't know.
We don't know.
I think we could at least move the Sunday hours to the usual Sunday hours.
Absolutely.
They don't live,
I have no
there are no
trouble.
residents living next to them. So why,
No.
if it's not broke, why are we trying to fix it?
Well, I like the Sunday, no matter what, because they're all on the street and they promise me they're going to do security and whatever. And if it's not broke, it can be broken, Pat. I mean, it's doubling the size and whatever. So I'm not out to do them in any which way, but I think Sunday, we have changed. We ask everybody, 11 o'clock is the latest on a Sunday that we allow nowadays. So I would change that. I think that's a good point on Sunday, and we've given them the rest, but I would take away Sunday from them till 11 p.m. And I don't have anything else. And if they're willing to comply with a large venue, we move forward. Does anybody have any other issues?
Yeah,
I have
Susan, just always mention, particularly in these cases, that specific to the closing hours, that each applicant is based on a case by case basis, depending on what the criteria are to give that particular closing time. So we're covered. So no one else can come and say you gave them 4 a.m. Well, there were reasons for it that don't apply to maybe the application that's complaining about it.
Thank you, Mark. All right. So are you willing to cut the hour on Sunday?
Certainly upstairs. Is it, could we, since the
I don't
hours,
care about the guys who are going to fill their drinks. I care about the people who are going to be out on the street on a Sunday
Susan,
evening.
Susan, can I make a comment?
Yeah.
we
Oh,
can,
I'm
we can,
sorry. Wait.
we can agree, we can agree to it, Susan. We're happy to agree. It's fine.
Bernard?
Yeah, so I think as Mark says, case by case. So I just look at the map, right?
Yeah.
So in a sense, it's next to a DoubleTree Hotel, right across an office. I don't think there is any residential building nearby. Seriously.
Is it near the DoubleTree? I'm trying
It's
to think.
next to a DoubleTree Hotel.
It's next to the DoubleTree. That's correct.
Yeah, it's a whole hotel. And right across the street is an office building. And I think and then another one is like a garage and office building. So, and the next door is also the office building. So,
Thanks, Bernard. No, point well taken. I still am going to make them close at 11 on Sunday. I don't care. I'm going to be true to my birth sign. Anyway, I just think it's better for the community. I do. We don't have much else to stand on. So I would like to have somebody call the question and give me a second.
Call the question.
Okay, and a second I've got. So any recusals? Any abstentions? Any noes? All right, Michael, go to it.
Thank you kindly. Have a lovely evening.
Yeah.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night, Tom.
All right.
Susan, I need to leave. Will you have a quorum without me?
Oh yes, Karen, I will.
Okay, then I'm going to say good night. Thank you all.
Good night, kiddo. Thank you.
Hey, Karen.
Let's quickly, if we could get this moving, go to Seaport.
Okay. Any issues with the renewals in the financial district?
87 was postponed, right? And,
Yep.
Yep. And what about Hayti at 127 John Street?
Hayti 127, 2222.
Incomplete.
We've got all the, oh, shoot, I'm sorry, they sent their stuff real late, so it wasn't in the stuff.
Next month, sorry. Nope.
No,
next
okay.
month.
I didn't see it.
No, we
All
didn't
right,
get it in
I
time.
will postpone 127 for next month.
Yes, thank you.
They're not even listed.
Yeah, they are. It's a peculiar listing. You gotta kind of take your head around it, but it's.
127.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it because we got all the information too late. I'm very sorry. You'll have to come back next month because we couldn't read it. We didn't get it in time. We need the information before. So you will come back in July.
Oh, we have no choice.
I'm sorry, but we got it too late. We all looked at it. We all talked and we didn't get it, and it came in too late. I'm very sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Good night.
We'll call you first next time. Promise.
Thank you.
Okay. If there's no other renewal.
By the way, one more question. So we have to resubmit the old paperwork or no?
No, I think if you submitted everything, we've got everything. They
Okay.
will let you know if we need anything, but if we've got it, we've got it.
Okay. Thank you. Sounds good. Good.
Okay. Sorry, bye-bye.
Okay.
Anybody else? Any
What
other
about
questions?
108 South Street?
108 South.
No. 108 South is postponed. Francis. It's postponed for July. That's what it says on my agenda.
Oh, it doesn't, no, mine, okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, on the recent one, about a few days ago, they sent in something asking to be postponed.
Yeah. Anything else?
24 John.
24 John was the contentious
24
one that we
John.
did already.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're good then. I'm sorry, they were just last on the agenda, so I've got
Yeah,
it based
no
on
problem.
Yeah, no, we did it.
any.
I think there were no issues on renewals.
Okay.
I want to say to everybody, thank you. You are a great committee and I'm most appreciative. I really am. And thank you for everybody for doing your homework. It isn't easy what we have to do. So thanks, guys. I think that's it.
Thank you. I'll
Wow.
stop recording them.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
The meeting is adjourned.